Villa Sunday, 2:00. We'll take a look at the betting as we have at Matchbook.com. And the 4 team in the Premier League are 4.6 away to Manchester United, who are 1.82. The draw is 4.1. You can back both teams to score, yes, at 1.69, with no available at 2.3. The Asian handicap line sees Aston Villa get a 3/4 of a goal head start at 1.8, and the goal line is 2.5. So, Adrian, Clarke, take it away on former Arsenal manager Unai Emery, because what he has done is absolutely incredible. I for some reason, I know a lot of Aston Villa fans, just the way my life has worked, and they are all absolutely buzzing, and all coming out of the woodwork all of a sudden as well, I would add.
Definitely, yeah. My brother is an Aston Villa fan, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, so I've been hearing it all about it from him as well. So look, I think Unai Emery is a very good coach. Dealt a little bit of a tough hand at Arsenal, inherited an old squad full of players that really didn't want to be there, that weren't that motivated. And I think he thrives best where he can develop players and develop a team mentality, maybe a siege mentality, and get teams super organised. And, you know, to do that, I think he works best in an underdog environment where the players are really happy to have Unai Emery as the coach. I think that's the dynamic that works best. He's done great. Obviously, they are the form team along with Manchester City in the Premier League. Their away record is fantastic under Unai Emery. 1-6, drawn 1, lost 1. No, drawn 2, lost 1. And the defeat was at City. So that is remarkable. Mings and Conte at the back look at different players now. In midfield, you know, very, very industrious, hard to play against. McGinn's been a revelation. And then up front, Ollie Watkins is one of the form strikers, isn't he, in the country? So lots to like about Aston Villa. And I think they'll go to Old Trafford thinking they can get a result here. No doubt about it. Man United obviously in action tonight. So that will be interesting, won't it? Because they've been so terrible on the road to the bigger clubs this season. If they can get a positive result at Spurs, then, you know, that they'll take a bit more spring in their step into this game, won't they? So, but I was looking at the odds and I thought, well, Villa seem a bit long here. Can we get Villa on some kind of handicap, given how strong they've been under Unai Emery away from home? And yeah, I was drawn towards the plus 3/4 of a goal, 1.8. I think that's absolutely fair enough, and it's quite an attractive proposition. I was looking at United home and away up against teams in the top half this season. They've failed to win 8 of 14 matches, and of those 14 matches, they've won by more than 1 goal twice. So I think that Villa can expect to make this a super competitive match. Wouldn't surprise me if it was a draw. And I think they're capable of even winning there. You've got to respect United's home record, which is superb. But a lot of games lately. And yeah, I don't know. We'll get a better steer on United after we see them at Spurs. But yeah, they laboured, didn't they, to that FA Cup semi-final win. And I think depends. Bruno Fernandes, is he going to be fit or not? He's a big creative influence there, isn't he? So, yeah, I was looking at either unders or Villa on the handicap, because I think only 2 of 14 games for Manchester United, 2 of 15 home games for Manchester United this season have been over 3 goals. So I think looking at the unders is a good play. And under 2.5 is priced quite generously at odds against. But for me, backing Villa, getting on Villa's side here, is slightly more appealing given their form on the road. So Villa on the handicap for me.
Yeah, you can see the current price is rolling up below, but it's Adrian's plus 3/4 of a goal, the official bet at 1.8. Mark O'Hare, Unai Emery set a Premier League record as scoring in every game, his first 20 games, the only Premier League manager ever to do that. So I just thought that was a huge stat. But speaking to a couple of those Aston Villa fans, they were worried, particularly about their last 2 performances and maybe the wheels perhaps coming off. Have you noticed a performance dip in those last couple of games?
Not in midweek. I mean, Fulham didn't turn up for that. Fulham would be, I wouldn't say they're on the beach. Don't say that to Marco Silva, but Fulham just didn't turn up, did they? They had 1 shot at Villa Park, so it was quite a comfortable win, I thought, for Aston Villa in midweek. And now unbeaten in 10, 8 wins in that sequence, and 7 clean sheets as well. But yeah, you've already reeled off the stat that's really impressive, is scoring in every game under Emery, which is 20 matches now, and running, which is a sensational effort, not just because they managed only 7 goals in 11 games before Steven Gerrard was sacked, but it's the fact that, they're on a 20-game scoring streak now. Man City's longest goal-scoring streak under Pep Guardiola is 22 games, which is very surprising. So Villa are only 2 off Pep Guardiola and Man City, which is remarkable, really, and just demonstrates how good a coach he is, because he's very quickly got on top of the task, rebuilt that Villa attack with Watkins as the focal point and Buendia as the creator, and they've been superb, those two, as have all the team, really. But this is a fascinating match, and I'd echo almost everything Adrian says, really, coming at it from very similar angles. I don't want to take United lightly because this is at Old Trafford, but there are a couple of reasons I would want to take them on at the prices. Firstly, it's the scheduling and potential fatigue. United have played in every fixture available to them this season. That's a very hectic campaign, especially lately. Bar the international break, United have played every 3 to 4 days, basically since the World Cup break. Include Thursday night's trips to Tottenham. This will be Man United's 34th match in 129 days since the World Cup. That works out as a game every 3.8 days. Since the start of February, you've had 2 trips to Wembley, 3 trips to Spain, London twice in the last week, extra time as well. So I don't think it's too surprising to see United struggle to kind of maintain their high standards through the winter, couple in the defensive injury situation without Varane and Martinez. And I think there's an opportunity here for Villa to attack them. We'll have 2 extra days rest on United. Obviously, very lightly raced compared to United since the World Cup break as well. They were able to sort of saunter through that match in midweek as well. So they're fresh, they're confident, they're hungry. I expect them to score at Old Trafford, and if they do so, they should be able to get something out of the game potentially. So, and as you say, that's commonplace for Emery away from home. Their only defeat, as Adrian says, at Man City away. They've already won at Brighton, Spurs, Chelsea, Leicester, took points away from Brentford and West Ham on the road as well. So difficult places to go, and Villa have had a penchant for picking up points, quite often most points or maximum points. So I liked Villa plus half a goal, a bit more aggressive than Adrian. Comes in at a price of around about 2.25. Haven't got it to hand. Also I was looking at opposing goals. Under 3 goals, slightly shorter, comes in around 175. That does appeal to me. You need 4 goals or more to lose the bet. Only 3 of Villa's last 10 went over 2.5. They've kept 7 clean sheets in that sample. None of United's last 8 have featured BTTS. They have kept clean sheets in 9 of 15 at home. But ultimately, we're looking at the 3-goal line, and only 2 of United's 15, as Adrian says, have gone over 3.5, and 5 of Villa's 20 under Emery have gone over 3.5. The only away game to go over that mark was away at Man City as well. So perhaps against a tired United, they should be capable of keeping this competitive.
Okay, yeah, and as Mark touched on, we were recording this Thursday prior to the Manchester United Spurs game. Yes, Adrian?
On Villa, very quickly, one number that might also be of interest. They've only conceded 7 goals in 9 away games under Emery. So we talked about the wins, but 7 goals conceded across 9 games on the road. If you discount the City game, that's 4 in 8. That is mighty impressive, and maybe a fatigued Manchester United, they've got a chance to certainly limit them to 1 goal max maybe here. So interesting game.
Okay. Some strong opinions from the guys. Definitely pro Aston Villa in this game, and small bit on the unders too. We're going to lock in Aston Villa, play a little bit safe, plus 3/4 of a goal with Adrian's selection at 1.8, but you can also go a little bit braver with Mark's pick of Aston Villa plus half a goal.